everyone. So this is going to be a bit of a longer video. As you can see, sitting on top of the 125 gallon tank, we have some blue rolls. So this is a bit of a story, but we'll get into it right now. So I had ordered some Exoterra backgrounds for the aquarium from Pisces. About a week and a half went by and I got a call from one of their associates, and he informed me that the Exoterra size that I wanted does not exist. So I went to get some universal backgrounds, and I then found out that Universal went out of business. So I quickly ran out of options for the background for this tank. So I made the decision to go with a blue-black. Ignore the blue, because I will be using the black side. I will be going with just a straight jet black background on the back of this, as I feel that would be my best option for allowing the fish I have in there, their colors, to really pop and really become vibrant. The blue's alright too, but I'd rather go with black. It might make it a little bit darker tank, but once I get a number of plants in this thing, I think it's really going to pop with the black background. So that was a decision. Now, one of the difficulties with this background was finding the right sizes. So this is a 72-inch long, which is 6 feet long tank, by what is it, 21 and a quarter, 21 and 3/4, something, top to bottom, which is, I was going for the 24-inch backgrounds, which apparently are the hardest to come by. I found some here, but it only came in a 3-foot section, not 6 feet that I need. This is 18-inch, and because this is a rimmed tank, it is 18-inch from that black bar to that black bar. So I'm going to do my best to make that work. And I think it'll do just fine. This is these are both static cling, which means no adhesive, no glue, although you can use glue. I'm just not the biggest fan of that because it can create bubbles. So I'm just going to use the soapy water method, squeegee it out, and hopefully we'll have a decent black background. So which means the airline tubes, they're going to look gaudy. So my decision today is going to be to move the airlines 1 and 2 to the corresponding corners of the tank, to do my best to keep them under wraps. I'll still keep the bubblers in the same location. I'm just going to have to turn them around. The filter and the heater are going to stay in the same location as well. I'm a little nervous about this glass heater. They say it's unbreakable, but as I've seen, it can break from the inside out. So I'm a little nervous about it, but it comes recommended, so I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. The tank right now is looking a bit cloudy. So I went and bought another log, which I have to wash, because this guy has been kicked out of his home by this feller right there. Apparently they cannot coexist anymore like they used to in that big log. He is not a fan of the cave, and the other pleco has taken residence in that log. And yes, if you can see the plants floating at the top, this is a daily occurrence, so I can't wait to finally glue these down. I threw cucumber in as a treat for these guys, and I've been doing that every week. These autos, the auto sinkless catfish, since I've been putting cucumbers, all their colors come back. They look like a normal auto now. But, of course, these guys also like cucumber. So there's one missing. Oh, it's right up by his head. Every night these guys have a freaking party. That one and that guy hiding in there, and they just completely destroy the tank. So daily I'm having to put plants back in the ground. So I'm looking forward to these getting glued finally. Oh yeah, look at them things going at her. So that's where we're at for that. So as you can see, we have two rolls. There we go, let it focus. We got two rolls. This roll is for the big tank. This roll I got for those. Nope, you're not seeing double. Those are two nano tanks, little tiny. There's a 10 gallon and a 5 gallon that will be set up in the future, and I will do a video on that as well. As for what's going with in them, hard to say right now. Still doing a lot of research. One tank for sure, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the 5 gallon, will be a shrimp tank, and a shrimp tank only. So I'm going to get a bunch of different colored shrimp, you know, cherry shrimp, crystal shrimp, blue velvet, snowball shrimp, all that kind of stuff. And I will do a separate video on setting up both of these tanks, or a separate series, I guess you could call it. And down here, I bought my Canadian Tire lights, set them up, did not like them at all. I did not like the way they lit up the tank, and for LED, they seem to pump out quite a bit of rads, I think. So I went to Pisces, spent a little bit extra money on the satellites. These are LED. They have multiple functions, wherever that little doodad is. There it is. So we have blue, we have white, and then we have mode. The instructions inside tell me which button does what. But we have the blue, we have the white. That's really all we can hope for. They're pretty bright. So I got two of these. I'm gonna hang them over the big old tank. I'll probably suspend them from the ceiling or something, because they are two 36-inch lights, which, you know, perfect. 72-inch, that covered the whole thing. Yes, if we had a support in the middle, not 3/4, not 3 sections. So I'll figure that out in the future. But as for right now, we're going to do a quick video. Well, okay, sorry, not a quick video, but I will do a time lapse of putting on the blue black. So here we go. Okay, so to apply the background to the tank, I bought a smoother and utility knife from Canadian Tire. This was about $5 or $6. I also just have a simple sprayer with simple water and simple soap. It doesn't got to be complicated. Again, some people like to use glue, me not so much. Glue can create bubbles and it's a lot harder to get off in the end. So you just use soap, water, spray bottle. You squeegee this on, as you're about to see. And these, if you don't like it, can just be peeled off, no questions asked. And you can put another one on. So, let's go ahead and apply this. Alright, so this is the black background. I had some bubbles I had to deal with, but you can just look back here, look for the bubbles, squeegee them out as needed. All that white stuff at the back is not bubbles, it's residue from when I cleaned this tank with salt and vinegar. So I'll give it another cleaning, get it up on the stand there, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the lids are on. Yeah, these things are fragile, let me tell you. I lifted the new set up. It fell like that, and she shattered. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So I grabbed one of the old ones from the other set I broke, and it's not horrible right now. I'm gonna head to Pisces to pick up a power bar either tonight or tomorrow, and I'll see if they have a single pane of glass. I think they might for the smaller tanks, so I'll see if that can work. If not, I'm gonna deal with this now until I can afford another one, because that's two very stupid and very expensive mistakes. So right now I'm gonna do the airlines and the heater. So let's get into that. everyone. So the tank is nearing completion. I just put in the airlines, as you watched me do. Hopefully they will stay in there. I got them up here with my trusty hockey tape. That stuff is right next to duct tape in terms of greatness. So, got me my airline going down there. It actually reached, thank God. I got all my cords back here right now. However, tomorrow I'm going to pick up a power bar. And there's going to be 2 power bars here. And on this side is going to be all my tank supplies, etc., food, you know. So that is that plan. Now the power bars, like the one I have for this tank, is programmable. So I'm going to get the same power bar. So I will have 2 power bars set up down there. So I don't have to overload one anymore. In the next video I am going to do will be the substrate, which is gonna be a lot of fun to rinse all that and make sure it's all mixed thoroughly, the rock and the aquarium soil. Those will then be buried. This was a nightmare. I went to pull the airline off of this so I could, you know, move it around. And that little piece just popped right off and essentially broke. So I put some silicone in there, not in the airline, but around it, and shoved it back in. Hopefully that will do. It is marine safe silicone, so we don't have to worry about it leaching in and murdering all the fish. So as I mentioned before, I will deal with this eventually. I am actually going to fashion something alongside of here to help cushion the blow when this comes down here. But yeah, I'll do a video on that and see what we can come up with. I'm hoping by tomorrow. I see one of these is on some kind of weird mode. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But at some point tomorrow, I'm hoping we can get some water in here. I'm gonna steal the Amazon swords from these guys, because they just beat it up. So I'm going to put the Amazon sword in here. Woo! And then, hopefully, with the help of my trusty chemicals, we can start cycling this sucker. We're one step closer to fish. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching.